welcome back. This is another edition of the Golden Point UAE, the paddle podcast from the community to the community. One of the only times I've done the intro, a little bit animated, but that's the way I am. James, welcome back. I hope you like my intro.
That might be the last time you see Shazzy doing the intro. No, kidding. No, it's great to be here, and I love your energy as always, Shazzy. So yeah.
Thank you, James. I like to bring some energy, as you know. James, I see you've got another shirt on. We get a lot of comments about your shirts.
Yeah,
Please tell us about your shirts.
I think I might have gotten carried away when I said I had a huge wardrobe of paddle related. I mean, this is paddle related. It's a classic Babolat t-shirt, but I think I need to go shopping soon to keep bringing. I've got some great ideas. I've got some great ideas of t-shirts I've seen to buy that are just hilarious. So I promise I will buy myself some new ones and show them off because they are really cool.
Well, we get a lot of comments, by the way, on the podcast about your t-shirts. So I think it's something that we're going to have to run with. Yeah. So if we need to budget getting you some shirts from your pocket.
Sponsor me?
Who wants to give James their old t-shirts to talk about? We've actually got a nice bit of kit here with Paquito on there.
One of the good guys, one of the OGs of this generation, Paquito Navarro.
But by the way, as soon as we just said Paquito, the one thing that came to my mind is how he is with his partners.
Yeah.
Him and LeBron are the guys that really stick out for me, you know. Yeah. I watch them sometimes in these major tournaments.
Have you seen the meme they have where they're both holding into each other? It's like
LeBron when they were partners.
They're both doing it to each other.
I don't know if they were celebrating or if they were.
I think it's just the way they have to motivate each other. Right, it's this. They're very similar in character, as in they need that kind of almost aggression, almost attack, to lift themselves up. You know?
Well, this is a very interesting topic, you know, because we talk about those guys, but we talk about partners and the partner chemistry, partner communication. I mean, what do you think, James? Like psychology-wise, like when I look at those guys, I think, God, I would be petrified to play with them, but many people say they're petrified to play with me. So I don't know if it's for the same reasons. I personally am calm until somebody starts making the same mistakes over and over again, and I can see myself also change. I become almost like I start maybe talking too much, giving too many tips, becoming the coach, you know, and no one likes that, right?
No.
Well, let's talk about this. This is like...
The spoiler alert, nobody likes that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with personalities and the way everyone is. Like, I've seen it myself. So I'm someone who I need someone next to me who is constantly lifting me. I know I made a mistake.
Positive reinforcement.
Yeah, man. I know I should not be hitting the glass without the ball bouncing. I don't need you to tell me that, right? I'm kicking myself already for it. If I have someone next to me who goes, don't worry about it, you'll get the next one, I feel supported. I feel like I'm not thinking, oh, you know, he's upset at me and that, and then my mind's off. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's right. Let's go back. And, you know, I get myself out. I can get myself into a negative vibe about myself, right?
Yeah. You don't need someone else to do it for you as well.
So if I have someone getting me out of that cycle, then I can get back into the match. And I always say that there's always time after to get upset and angry about how bad you play. But now is the time to try and rectify it.
Yeah.
So if you focus too much on the mistake you made or the mistake your partner made, guess what? You're going to lose the match, right? So what I think, and then I try and replicate the same with my partner because I feel like, well, I'm going to treat them the way I want to be treated. But guess what? Not everyone's the same. Right?
Yeah, and we had this conversation actually some time back, you know, about our ex-champion Pablito.
Putting him on the spot.
Sorry, Pablito. Paul Ferron, by the way, full name.
Let's make it clear who we're talking about, right? So
but he was a champion of Shazzy's for a year, the 1 year system. Yeah. And by the way, like I believe 90% of the time, 95% of the time, 9%, 95% of the time, I am positive reinforcement. Sometimes that 5% I spiral when someone just doesn't get it and doesn't listen. You know, when you tell them 10 times that the person's up at the net and they keep hitting it at the net, either into the net or into the guys to volley and kill us, instead of lobbing it.
But question, how many times when you get into that mode of being a bit more bossy or rude, how many times does it work?
Maybe not that often.
Because my point is, and it might work with some people, my point is, if someone's making the same mistake over and over again, the only way you're going to get them out of that is by somehow continuing to positively reinforce, hey, next one, don't worry about it. Look, it was a good idea, just, unlucky, next one, etc. Because I think the moment you switch and you go down why the hell are you playing that shot all the time? I don't think anything positive comes out of that.
So it does come down to chemistry, I believe, because
100%.
The communication is very important, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't also highlight where the problems are. Now, look, I think pros, the World Tour, they've got a coach that's watching.
Yeah.
And when they come back to the table, they say, listen, you're giving too many balls at the net. Shift to putting it over and going to the lob. Or you're lobbing too much, put it at their feet. When you're lobbing, that guy is smashing it. Try to play at his feet more. The only people at the amateur level that are able to have those conversations are the partners. So I think
it's
you need to be also ready for constructive criticism or feedback.
But with a major caveat that as a coach, you're an impartial outside figure.
I know, but we don't have coaches.
As a partner, exactly. But that's why as a partner, let's say you're complaining about the fact that I don't lob enough and I'm making mistakes. I could be standing there going, yeah, but so do you. And so if you're trying to coach me, it might upset me.
So you got to do the same thing. If you're, and I've been guilty of it. Like I say, listen, we need to lob more, and then I do a bahada that doesn't work, and then I say to my partner, I'm like,
sorry,
look at me. I should practice what I preach, right? And again, that's so important. This brings me back. I don't know. On one podcast, I may have talked about Akbar. I played with Akbar, who's part of the community. We played this tournament. I come back to this because we won the tournament. It was an age category one, I think. And in that particular tournament, I said, Akbar, you are the captain. You talk, I don't talk. I know, hard to believe, right? And I accepted his feedback. And honestly speaking, the secret, which is not such a secret, but the secret to the success was lob more. Try to put the opponents back so that we gain the net. This is the fundamental,
of course,
basic
transition in paddle,
importance of paddle, right? If you're playing competitive. And that's what I was doing. I was doing amazing lobs, putting those guys back. We would come to the net, we'd win the points, we won the tournament. But even though sometimes it was hard for me to hear the continuous things, I accepted, I moved on. There are some people that don't accept. There's some people that don't even want the constructive feedback. Now, again, I understand positive reinforcement is one way. And we said, and we haven't talked about it yet, but some people need negative reinforcement. They want the tough love.
They want the challenge, right?
But they want the tough love. You know, they want to hear, come on.
Be better.
You can do better than that. You know the shot, you know, as opposed to, come on, it's okay. Let's go. We can do it. Some people react better to positive. Some people react better to negative. And I think the reason I mention this and I talk about the chemistry and the communication, I think you need to have these conversations before a match. You need to say, what are you more comfortable with? Do you like positive reinforcement or do you like negative reinforcement? It's like any relationship. Now I'm giving relationship advice. Single guy, divorce. It's okay. Communication is key. You need to have those discussions before to understand who we are. Sometimes you go to tournaments with people that you've played many times before. Sometimes you go to tournaments where you haven't played many times before together. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's important to have those those discussions before matches.
I mean, any time you start playing with someone, it always takes a few matches or tournaments to kind of gel, right? It's hard, especially I tend to play with more or less the same people. So I'm very aware of the way they play and what they need from me to support their game, etc. And then I feel like when I change and I go play with someone new, the first match tends to be a bit of a disaster, because also I don't know their style of play. I don't know what kind of communication they want. Do they want me to say a lot, or do they want me to say the minimum? You know, some people want me to tell them every time the opposition takes a step. Others are like, dude, just tell me when they're at the net, or just tell me where this guy is. And trying to adapt to that. Even the one that I struggle a lot is the way I say it is mine up. Meaning the guy opposite me is at the net. And some people want it the other way around. When you say mine, it's the other guy, because we cross court, and I'm like, my brain can't process that, right? So there's so many different ways to communicate, to process. Even if you listen to the pros, the way they speak and the speed at which they speak is something that you see they've been working, right? And for example, Galan, the way he speaks to Chingoto is different to the way he used to speak to LeBron, because they need different references, right? So being able to adjust yourself to the guy you're playing with is the key to being able to have a successful partnership. And again, you might be playing with somebody who wants tough love and you don't. As long as both parties understand what the other needs to thrive, this can work. The problem is when you're trying to, soft talk your partner when he needs a bit of a slap in the face, it's not going to work. And if he turns around and starts telling you that you're crap and that you need to play better, it's also not going to work, right? So finding that balance, and that's why not everyone can play together. You have to find the right partner for you with the right characteristics for the way you play and what you need to get to the next level.
I agree, James. And that also brings us to the other, let's say, subject. And maybe it's not so easy for everybody, especially at an amateur level. But don't you think it's the best scenario to have a consistent partner that maybe even you train with a coach, and then able to communicate consistently with, because like I know you've had success at the Shazzy's events, and I think you came second in the last season behind Tony, which was unfortunate. And you're up there. You've done well at the tournaments, and I think mainly because you come with the same partners.
I think it helps a lot. But again, last season I played most of the season with Hector. Yeah. And Hector, apart from being a very good paddle player, is someone that as a partner I gelled very quickly with, and we were able to consistently challenge in each tournament, right? So you might not win it, but you're always like semi-finals, etc., right? So, and I think that has a lot to do with the chemistry that we were able to build and the way that we understood. Like Hector knew when I was struggling mentally, when I was feeling, weak or nervous, or like the T-Rex arm, or that, and he would find ways of lifting me out of that, right? So that's also very important, because as you know, in a tournament such as the one we do with Shazzy's, where it's you race to 6, as soon as you switch off for a minute, you're out, right? So having that kind of support helps a lot. And also playing with Cesar, that I play a lot with now, he's exactly the same. In terms of chemistry, he is one of the best partners out there. Like, he's just so...
Do you guys speak Spanish or English?
Do you know what I'm realizing, man? Like, I struggle so much to communicate effectively on court in English now.
Really?
And that in Spanish, it just comes out naturally. The words seem to be shorter, faster, slicker.
Sure.
In English, I struggle. But yeah, obviously in Spanish. Yeah.
And coming back to what you were saying, I struggle, and I always have, with what to say when you have, like when 2 players come to the net, I tell my partner both up. Yeah. But these days, even sometimes when one comes up, I still say both up. And then if it's his, sometimes if I better that communication, I say he's back. Instead of saying,
if you're playing a mix, that makes sense. Yeah. But if not,
First of all, I meet a lot of people because of the Padel community, because of everything I do. You know, I'm in real estate.
Oh, you never mentioned. Yeah.
No, I'm in real estate. Call me. I work for a developer, so I met thousands of brokers and agents. Yeah. I meet a lot of people. It's just how it's always been for me. So I'm also not great with names. Even though I know your name very well, like we'd be on Padel, I still call you he. You know?
No, but I'm the same. For me, that's why it's mine, yours.
Mine, yours. So that's what I need to practice.
Because also, I might know who you are, but my partner might not know you.
Yeah.
You know?
This is what I need to practice because you gave a great idea. And maybe there's people that are watching that are very advanced in Padel that know this already. There are some beginners out there as well, or intermediates that don't know or struggle with this as well. One great way which James is recommending is basically mine up means the person in front of me is up at the net. Yours up is the person in front of you is up at the net. Yeah. And the other one is back, right? So then you know what shot to play. Now, if you're communicating this and you've got a partner and you're communicating this and you say both up, it's probably not a good idea to play to the net. It's probably a better idea to play a lob, right? I want to make this clear for people because not everyone gets it.
The idea of these commands is to... You're giving them in a position where your partner is not looking at the action. So let's imagine they lob your partner and he has his back to the opponents. You need to tell him where they are so that he has more information to choose the right shot. That doesn't mean that if they're both at the net, you can't.
No, of course.
But you have to play the shot in a different way. Yeah. Because if they're both at the back, then you can just play a very soft bajada, no risk. Keep the ball at the back, come to the net, maintain position. Yeah. If they're at the net, you're going to have to whack that ball if you want to go for that shot. Yeah. But also bear in mind that your partner might still be at the net. So if you're going to hit a hard shot, you're selling him out, right? Yes. So the basic commands would be both back, both up, mine up, yours up. Or some people prefer to know who's back. So yours back, mine back. Come in. And then
coming, they're coming.
That's like half court. Yeah. So it's like if you throw a lob, it has to be a deep one, or else they're well positioned. But if you play a chiquita, you'll probably catch them because they're not at the net, right? So it's kind of that transition. You know, at our level, so many people live in no man's land that the coming is actually quite useful. And then I tend to give advice on what shot I think you should play. As in, the ball's coming, it's going to hit the back glass. I think you should play a lob. I will say start, like restart the point. Play another lob, we take the net. Right. If I know the ball's going to hit the glass and come up at this height, I'm going to go for it. Attack, because I feel it's a ball you need to attack. If they do a short lob and I see my partner is in a good position, I'll just scream, go for it, to try and motivate that kind of killer instinct to go for the smash. Now, you make that decision of what shot you want to play. I'm just giving you an advice based on my positioning, because I'm not involved in the shots. I can keep an eye on where they are, what their positioning is. I might say middle open if they're both very wide, So I just think these small instructions can really add a lot of value for your partner to have more confidence in the shot they're going to play. The truth is, and it happens to me, I might get a lob. I've made my mind up 3 hours ago. Yes. I'm going to smash the hell out of that ball. And I don't care where they're standing. And you might tell me they're both up and I'll just play the worst shot I could play because I've just decided, right? So it doesn't always work. But that's kind of the idea behind commands. And I feel like if you can nail that and invest time, it takes time. Yeah. If you can invest that time and getting it right, you will see a much better version of a partnership on court.
This brings me to another thing, because now we're really talking about strategy as well, right? Yeah. Because the psychology and the communication, all of this stuff, all of it is intertwined. I guess this is why we've got the link here. I'm not sure this prop now makes sense. Okay.
It's all connected.
Yeah. But don't you think at amateur level, partners need to go back together, forward together, right together, left together? Because the reason I say this, because you just mentioned, right? The lob is being played to me. I'm playing on the left. If me and you play, you're right, I'm left, of course. Okay? Yeah. Because I got a better smash, better finishing techniques.
To be fair, it probably does.
Yeah. Lob's going to me. You've stayed at the net, right? I've made my mind up 3 hours ago that I'm playing a crazy hard Bajada, which these days 99% success rate. Okay, by Shazzy, for Shazzy.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I go back. You tell me they're up, and if I'm playing the Bajada, and you're not LeBron, you're not Dineno, you're not
I'm sold.
Chiquita.
Yeah, you've killed me. Yeah.
I've killed you, right? Because if someone blocks that shot,
I'm dead.
You're not going to get it at your feet.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's important in the level that we play, which is not the highest level? We're very good players, by the way, C+, B-. But I'm talking about we're not pros that have those crazy reflexes that can get those shots at the volleys behind their back and so on, in between their legs, whatever. Anything that comes to them, they can get it back. We're not that, right? Don't you think it's important that you come back with me?
Yeah, but let me flip it, because if they've played the lob on you and they're both at the net,
and I do play the right shot,
the shot you should be playing is the one where you join me at the net.
Yes.
So if you are making the wrong choice, for whatever reason, I can't guess what you're going to do.
Correct.
The only thing I could see is I could tell you both up, I'm staying up. So you at least know that if you play that shot, you're killing me, right? But again, that's then the sentence becomes very long. But in theory, if they're lobbing you, and my position is like, okay, we'll just play another lob. We keep the net, right? If I see it's a ball that is going to make it hard for you to lob, then yes, I should come back, right? But I think sometimes it's knowing who's made the wrong call, the guy who stays up or the guy who's taking the shot, right? So, and that's what you don't see at professional level is also partners know each other much better than we do, is if they're lobbing you and you tell your partner they're both at the net, if they're going to play a bajada, it's going to be, they're going for the point. Or else they're just going to play another lob. So, you know, the variables are less relevant at that age. But yeah, it can be. There's some people that have complete zero awareness on court, right? They're always a no man's land. They're always a step behind, etc. But in theory, the person who's not taken the shot, in my opinion, is almost the one calling the tactic.
True.
Because I have a much better view than you of where everyone is located and what I think you should do. But ultimately, you're the one executing the shot. So therefore, you have total control over
Again,
what's
it's Shazzy's fault.
No, I think
it's never my fault. It's always my partner's fault.
The idea is to give as many tools as possible to the guy next to you so that you both win the point. It's as simple as that, right? And you just have to find the formula that works.
This also made me think about the pros. Again, coming back to Galan, for example. I feel like he's reading a book. Like he's saying so much.
It's insane.
Like what does he say? Because we don't understand. We're not Spanish. Like he'll be like, like it's like a full-on sentence.
The capacity he has to communicate so quickly. It's. I mean, I can't remember the exact words, but it's like both back. No one coming now mid-court. Careful, he's pushing back. Now coming a step forward.
Oh my goodness.
It's like he's narrating the whole thing as it happens. And I really like the way he does it. I just feel that at our level, it's like an overload of information.
Maybe, yeah.
That's why, for me, it's 3 positions. Back, coming, up.
Yeah.
And I will call them as they happen. Because I think that adds value. But when I start telling, like, it's just your brain's like, I can't process, man.
Yeah, but look, you know, to me, sometimes it sounds like he reads the court, the other side. He knows right player is back. Left player is up. He's explaining that situation. And then he's saying, play the Chiquita to the left front corner, you know, like he's almost giving an instruction on what shot to play.
He's almost guiding Chingoto to the shot he wants him to play by giving him the information he needs. Right. Because you see, like, let's say they play a lob on Chingoto and he's going to play a bandeja. And then last minute, Arturo comes to the net to block, right? So that's when you see Galan have that quick reaction of telling, because Chingoto's looking at the ball. He's going to play a bandeja with Arturo at the net, you're dead, right? So but when Galan comes in and says, Arturo, come in, Chingoto now knows he needs to put weight on that ball or else they're going to lose the point, right? So suddenly he goes from just placing a bandeja on the back of the court to really pushing that ball to try and force Coelho into a mistake. And that's the difference. The quickness in which they can adapt to an instruction, we can't. You know, so that's why it's like sometimes I get people like, but man, if the guy runs really close to the net, tell me and I play a lob. I'm like, mate, it happened like half a second before you touched the ball. I didn't even see him. How am I going to tell you about something I can't even see myself? But it's true. Like, communication is basically the essence of, once you've coached enough to put your technique to more or less the maximum you're ever going to achieve, then having good chemistry, good tactical awareness, and a great communication is going to really elevate your game, right?
I agree. Coming back to psychology, quick question on this.
Yeah.
How often
Yeah.
have you been 5-2 up, lost the set,
Right.
and it's really just been about your brain?
Well, it is.
Taking too many risks maybe, or panicking, not able to close the set.
Yeah, it's almost like it's one of two. Either you completely relax because you're 5-2 up.
Yeah,
and
you think it's done
and whatever, or you start
and you lose focus basically.
Yeah. Well, you just relax and you start playing the ball, and obviously the rivals are still playing.
Yeah,
right?
They're thinking, let's go.
They've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to keep pushing you. But it's either that or it's almost the sabotage that you do, the auto sabotage of your little brain going, you're gonna mess this up, you know, and then you start, you know, the lob's a bit shorter, you don't have the same belief in your bajadas or in your smashes, and suddenly you see them, and momentum shifts so much in this game. I had recently playing a tournament semi-final against Tony. We were 5-2 up, and they came back to 5-5. I was playing with Joel against Tony and Benji, and 5-5. So we went to tiebreak. We went 6-love down in the tiebreak, right? And we turned it back to 7-6 to us.
Wow.
We still lost 9-7, but we went from 5-2 up to 5-5 to love 6 down, and then 7-6. Like, that's crazy.
It's
in
crazy.
one match. We were laughing on court because
emotional damage. I don't know how it goes.
It's a roller coaster, right? And I think if you're able to contain those thoughts, contain that kind of roller coaster of emotions, it's a hidden attribute, because you can see a player on court and know, okay, he's got good technique, he's got bad technique, he's got good positioning, he's got bad positioning. You don't really know how mentally strong a player is until it's crunch time, right? And some people start getting a reputation for being that kind of, that shaky mentality, especially when it comes to competition, right? So working on that mental aspect, which I feel like I've improved in the last year or so, but there's still a long way to go, is key. And again, I think that is very connected to who's standing next to you. Because if you have someone who turns around and goes, smile and goes, I know what you're thinking, I know where you're going, don't go there, you're good, you know how to play the sport, you know how to play the shot,
I'm in love,
you can beat these guys, then I'm like, yeah, let's do it, you know. Whereas if you have someone going, here we go again.
I would love that partner. Are you that person? Maybe we can. No, come on, James. One more try. Let's try.
Once was enough.
No, but James, I tell you something. I've been the victim of it, and also what's the opposite of victim?
The perpetrator.
Perpetrator of it.
Yeah.
I've been 5-2 down.
Yeah.
No, let me put it this way. I've been 5-2 up and lost.
Yeah.
You know, and this happened recently at the ISD Cup. I played with Ricardo. It was against Benji and Alper. We were 5-2 up.
Yeah.
On my serve, my heart rate was like 177. I had this coffee from Golis Italia. My God, I don't know what happened, but anyway, we lost. I lost my serve it became 5-3.
Yeah.
Then they won theirs. Then they broke again, and basically they came back and won. It happened with me also with Jorge at the Spanish Society. We were up, you know.
This is, by the way, the ex-partner of Arturo Coelho we're talking about, and still Shazzy managed to screw it up. But
oh my God! And then on the flip side, and I remember this is the classic moment.
Yeah.
Me and Imad, my partner back in the day.
Yeah.
Who's moved on. I don't know where he's gone. But I think he's playing with like Iranian movie stars and
anyone
celebrities,
else. Yeah.
anyone else but Shazzy. But we were 2-5 down against Ibrahim and Mo Anani.
Yeah.
At Padel AE. I may have told this story because I've told 1,000 people at least.
I'm sure you have. Yeah.
We were 2-5 down.
Yeah.
And it was Padel AE King of the Court tournament, and we came back and won.
Yeah,
that was the first set, and back in the day, those tournaments, King of the Court was best of 3 sets. The third set being a super tiebreak, race to 10, and we came back, man, and
it's a nice feeling.
And you know they were upset. They're gonna say probably in the comments. You can comment if you want, Mo and Ibrahim. Yeah, I used to call him Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
Okay. That I was going out and taking extra long breaks, and you know. But of course, by the way, this is a form of intimidation or a form of, I don't know, play with the mentality.
It's tactics.
It's tactics, right? And I've seen that also with the pros. They'll need a toilet break all of a sudden, and they're down like.
Or it's 30 all and they go out to they clean their faces.
Slow things down, change it. You know.
Well, they always say if you're winning, cut the break short.
Yeah.
If you're losing, take longer breaks because it helps break the rhythm of the match, right? But the momentum is what we're saying. Like when you go 2-5 down, there's almost a weight lifted off your shoulders because you're like, all right, this is lost, right? I've got nothing to lose here. Let's be brave. Let's attack. Let's try. Yeah. If we don't win, if we do, but my frustration comes with why can't I have that same mentality when I'm 5-2 up? Just keep playing.
And you should have the mentality to close it out. You know, and I think that's what's missing. I always, I'm down 2-5 up regularly. Okay, I'm down 2-5 regularly. I always say to my partner, "Come on, 7-5, let's go."
Yeah.
I never give up, and I've come back from behind many times and won.
You have to
epic matches
because
you got to have that mentality.
You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, I enjoy being an underdog. I enjoy not being favorite because it takes pressure off me. But you could be 5-love down, 40-love down, and still turn it around. It's not lost until it's lost.
Yeah.
And as long as you believe in that, the chances are probably very low. But as long as you keep going and keep trying, 1 out of 50. But the feeling of turning around a 5-love is the best thing ever. On the flip side, if you lose a 5-love, you just want to give up and never play again, right?
But James, I'm not going to name names, okay?
But
I really dislike the people that give up easy. You know, the ones that they're down 5-0 and they've already lost. You know, they could easily play smarter, play better, play more positively or whatever and come back and win, but they've already given up. They've already put the paddle.
It's a defense mechanism. You 5-love down, it's like, okay, if I keep trying, it's almost embarrassing. So I'm just going to give up. So it looks like you beat me because I wasn't really trying. It's like, dude, compete, play. Just out of respect for your partner.
Yeah.
Just give everything you've got. And if you lose, you lose. You know?
Competitive sport, paddle, for me, is like life.
Yeah.
And I've had the ultimate highs and I've had the ultimate lows.
Yeah.
Never give up.
Yeah.
Keep going. You can always fight back and you'd be surprised how often you can turn things around, even love 5 down and come back and win 6-5, 7-5, whatever the tournament format is.
Yeah, and you can see even, obviously at the professional level, but if you play a normal match, you can lose 6-love in 10 minutes, the first set.
Yeah.
And then second set, you win 6-1.
I would love to see more events in Dubai where it's 3 sets.
Yeah. Well, at least 2 sets and a super tie break, right? Because I think time-wise and fitness-wise, playing 3-4 sets might be... But 2 sets and a super tie break, for me, is the perfect combination.
Final thing, James. Do you double sock or single sock?
I'm starting to double sock.
Are you really?
Starting to double.
You learned something from Shazzy?
I tried it the other day. Because basically what's happening is my toes are destroyed. Right?
I used to have beautiful feet until paddle.
Same. Now they are destroyed. So it got to a point where I was so desperate.
Find a solution that you listen to Shazzy's advice.
And I was like, maybe Shazzy's onto something here. So I tried it once and I've got a report that so far so good. it felt better, but I think that might be just a placebo effect. So I will try it
See
out
how it
a
goes.
couple of times more and let you know.
What I can tell you
Yeah.
is it doesn't necessarily save the nails, okay? But no blisters or less blisters.
Yes.
I learned this from Francesco, my first paddle coach. And I was like, why do you have 2 socks on? And he had like different, at least I covered mine up properly.
Yeah.
His was like different levels. It was obvious. I'm like, what do you do? It's like, yeah, we do that so that we don't have blisters or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. So for the last 5 years of playing paddle,
Wow. Okay.
I'm double socking.
Oh, really? For
Double
5 years, you've
5
been
years,
double
I'm
socking?
double socking.
Wow. Okay.
Also, another thing that's really helping me, and we talked about it on the podcast with Najdat from El Paddle, are these insoles.
Yeah.
Honestly, James, they make a huge difference.
Yeah, I need to try them because
comfort-wise,
yeah,
and less fatigue. You got to try it.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
remember the name of the brand. El Paddle has them. Guys, thank you again for tuning in to the Golden Point UAE. It's been a pleasure to just talk with my co-host James. James, it was enlightening. I learn a lot, by the way, during these conversations.
Same.
Not sure if you do as well.
Same. Not good things, but I do learn a lot. So you know,
learning is
learning.
Either way. Learning is learning, right? But it was a pleasure, and
nice.
we'll be back for more soon. Stay tuned. Like, share, accept notifications. I don't know how it goes. Subscribe, share, comment, all of the above. You know how it goes.
Let me help you out. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Easy.
Boom.
Boom. Thank you, guys.